Hey everybody, we are back. Let's talk about 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After with the question mark. Let's see who is here. We'll give it a couple more seconds. Let me pull up my notes. I didn't take that many notes on this because not a lot happened, unfortunately. Let's see here. Tonyman says Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana. There was U2 and Blondie, and music still was MTV. Her 2 kids in high school tell her that she's uncool because she's still preoccupied with 1985. I remember that song. I think it's from the same group that did Stacy's Mom Has Got It Going On. I forgot the name of the group, but I remember that song. He also says, in the beginning, I'm beginning to feel like Lady Shasha, Faux, Mickey Latte, and Chris work with me at this point. Hey, we're getting through the work day. That's my job. I figured if there's one thing I can do on a Monday is get everybody through that Monday work day. Chris says, please like the stream, everyone. Shasha's putting in work. Thank you. I appreciate it. Totally Man says that's Bowling for Soup. Oh, okay. I would never have remembered that band name. But let me set everything up here because let me minimize this and then move this over and reshare the screen. I wish that the user interface was a little bit better for you to be able to share, for you to be able to jump from tab to tab showing your screen instead of having, like I typically have to stop screen share and then restart screen share if I want to go into if I want to go from sharing directly from my computer to sharing from a website. It's a little bit janky. I feel like that can be improved upon. But again, I'm using the free version of StreamYard. Maybe the paid version, you're able to do that. So we'll see. And I'm going to make myself, yeah, there we go, that size. Because we're going to start with Libby and Andrei because they had a couple nice scenes here. As much as people were giving Libby the business because she is taking vocal training. She said before that she wanted to sing nursery rhymes. So she's taking vocal training, and I don't see a problem with it. I don't think that she was bad. I will show you what I'm talking about. Check this out. Make sure, yeah, it's got audio.
And today,
y'all let me know if you can't hear it.
I'm meeting with a voice coach because I realized that I really want to.
Faux Minky Latte says the 2000s was full of bad wigs. Yes, it was. Our wig technology has gotten so much better.
Sing. And if I want to start singing in front of people regularly, I need to build up confidence in myself and my voice. And at this point,
so tell me a little bit about your training in singing.
So my first voice coach was amazing. I started lessons with him when I was like 15.
Yeah.
But like I took my money straight from work and gave my entire paycheck to just like afford lessons. And through my life, I feel like singing is some sort of therapy for me.
Yeah, it's definitely therapy.
But it also scares me because like it's weird for me for someone to just be like, okay, go ahead and sing, let's hear it. I'm just like,
well, we got to get you a little more confident. It should be fine if you know for sure it's sound good.
In terms of like singing, no one else in my family does it. So I definitely felt like the black sheep in the family, and I don't feel like I was ever really supported. I feel like I was more like ridiculed than anything else. Like it was like a joke to them. I think that's another reason why I didn't fully pursue it.
And still is. I saw the faces that your sisters were making when you were talking about singing. Her sister sat there right on the floor making faces about it.
Vocal ability in this standpoint, what would you do with that talent?
Right now, my plan is to do like nursery rhyme songs or something like that and make videos and put them on social media. It's so random, but that's like
why she had that
I know that my
stare and blink. Hold on, I'm gonna roll that back.
She's just like all about it.
Yeah.
When she asked her what she wanted to do, look at the stare and blink.
It's so random, but that's like all I can think of, and I know that my daughter is interested in it too because anytime I sing, she's just like all about it.
Yeah.
Is that like weird?
I haven't seen anybody do it in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you exactly what it would take to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, you know, I mean, I see a lot of videos online right now, and I have young kids too, right? And so there's all these videos online. It's very saturated, right? But if it's something you want to do, I'm happy to help you. Let's practice a song. Okay, so I like the idea of Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm just going to play and you sing. And then let me hear what you do.
Okay.
Like this.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, her fleece was white as snow.
Let's do it again. Make sure you take your breaths and make sure.
I personally don't think that was that bad. I think that was a good start, and I think that she could get better. She has kind of a country sound to her voice, country music sound. She sings the second song.
You have this in mind, okay? Okay.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow.
Very good. Okay, so now we have one note that's going a little note gets there. Little lamb, little lamb. Beautiful. My first impression of Elizabeth's talent is that she might be a little bit rusty from not singing for a while. That definitely is going to happen when you don't use muscles for a long period of time. She had a slight problem with pitch here and there, but I do think she has talent. I do like the quality of her voice. It definitely is unique.
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again.
Now I could see her teaming with a animator, because it kind of reminds me of there was a Nickelodeon show, and I remember the theme song was like, one elephant went out to play upon a spider web one day. He had such enormous fun, so he called for another elephant to come. I don't remember the name of the title of the show, but her voice reminded me of the person who kind of sang that theme song. And I could see her, like, if she worked with animation, I could see her singing in animated shorts and posting those to YouTube or to some children's program. I don't think her voice is bad. I think she should just practice more and get her, or like the vocal instructor said, it's like a muscle. And if you don't use it, it can atrophy. So I think once she gets back used to singing, I think she'll be really, really good. I think people saying that she can't sing, y'all are just hating because you don't like her from the show. Regardless of whether you feel about her character, I think that she does, or she can sing. Certainly can sing better than me. I can't sing that. That's why I literally spoke the words to a children's program, because I was too nervous to even attempt to try to sing it on camera. Tony Man says, I feel like she may be able to sing because there's pain behind that singing. Yeah, that's true too. There is emotion in her voice. Tony says, and if you didn't do the itsy bitsy hand movements while she sang, and I feel bad for you. I didn't even think about doing the itsy bitsy spider hand movements. But the other thing that happened with her story, her and Andrei's story, is that Andrei's father came to visit. And he's such, I don't know if you remember him from last season. He was such a sweet old man. Like, how can you not like Andrei's father? And you just wonder, how is he Andrei's father? Not to say that Andrei's a horrible person, but his dad is just so sweet compared to him. Yeah, I'll put it there. Fomikileta says, why will no one just come straight out and tell her her videos might get buried, but still be encouraging? Yeah. All right, so this is when Andrei's father came to visit.
Calmer personality than Andrei, and like I wish that his personality.
Just so you know, this clip is not going to be as long as the first clip. The first clip, it was a little bit longer than what I'd like to play as clips.
It will rub off on Andrei. Might be wishful thinking, but it could really help when my family is around. And even though his dad speaks no English whatsoever, Ellie and I have really been practicing and working on a Romanian. So I think I'll be able to communicate better this time with Andrei's dad.
Hello.
Really, Andrei should just speak Romanian to his daughter all the time. That way she would just automatically know it.
Bună venit!
Bună seara!
Din America!
Bună seara! Bună seara!
Bună seara!
My dad is here to visit us for a few months. Very excited about this. He has been here in America before, but we haven't seen him from the pandemic started. And I miss my dad a lot. I wish my mom was here too, but she was not able to come because there is a lot of delays in processing the visa with COVID.
Asta bucătăria?
This is the second time that his father's been able to visit the U.S. and his mother wasn't able to visit. So I wonder what's up with her visa status.
We can make like 3 kitchens over here.
But it looks like a nice house from what we see.
The homes are much smaller. I grew up in an apartment, and this is very typical for a Moldavian style of life.
Andrei grew up in the projects. I saw those apartments when we went to Moldova to go visit his family. Those are some project apartments. Not to say that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it opens your eyes to know that there's certain conditions that are universal. All right, so
and I'm very excited to host my dad in my new home.
Yeah, and his father was very proud of him. They go on to go out to get some ice cream, and then they start talking about the situation with Charlie and Libby's mother and how Libby's mother wants to have this birthday barbecue. And Andrei's like, I'm not about to go to that because your son is going to act drunk and stupid and try to attack me again. And she's like, oh, you drink just as much as him. And Andrei takes offense to this because he does not get sloppy in his eyes. He does not get sloppy drunk like Charlie does. And he doesn't try to fight people when he's drunk typically, unless provoked, like Charlie has provoked Andrei multiple times. He like stays trying to provoke Andrei into a fight. And so Andrei's like, I'm not going. I'm not going. And he talks to his father about this. And his father basically says, well, in our community, when we see someone struggling, as Charlie struggling with, they're saying alcoholism, but Charlie has multiple record for controlled substances. And typically they don't put that. They don't. I don't believe they put alcohol as a controlled substance. No, I'm sorry. They put alcohol as controlled substances. His is for narcotics. That's what it was. It said that he had been arrested for possession of narcotics. See, that's different, and that's definitely not alcohol. Now, it could be a case where he traded in one vice for another vice, where maybe he stopped doing the narcotics and he is now full only alcoholic. But it could be that he is still engaging in narcotic abuse. So I don't know, to say whether that's the case or not, but I do know that Andrei is trying to avoid him. Now, what his father was saying was that in their community, they believe in helping people. Like when they see that people have an issue with substance abuse or other issues, that the community comes together and tries to help them. That may not work in the situation with Charlie, and especially not with Libby's mother, because Libby's mother's still in denial. Charlie's not going to get the help that he needs until everyone in the family is on the same page. Kind of like a low-key intervention, if you will. But, basically that's what his father says. And then later on in the program, Andrei does sit at lunch, or maybe no, I think they were in a coffee shop, as a matter of fact. They were in a coffee shop, and he sits with Libby's mother and talks to her about how he's not coming to her birthday party. And, I would play that, but it's kind of boring. So I'm moving on to the next couple individuals, Angie and Michael, which it's the same thing over and over again with them, but this one maybe it's slightly more interesting because it's involving social media. But we catch up with Angela teaching her grandbabies how to ride bikes without the training wheels. Chris says the mom is too much of an enabler for the village approach. Yes, she is. She won't even admit that he has a problem. And there can be no, they say the first step in recovery is admitting that there's a problem. So he can't recover if she is still kind of, what's the term? Enabling. That's the term that Chris used. All right, let's check out Angela.
Lots. All right, Lennon.
You're gonna need that one?
That ain't gonna work.
When's Paul Michael's gonna be here, Mima?
If he gets here, he's trying to aggravate your Mima.
Oh no.
That's
not gonna turn out good.
It sure ain't. You seen his birthday's today?
Yep.
All right. Well, give me a break. Let me go over here and talk to Papa Michael.
Okay.
Go over here. Y'all play over here where I can see you.
Go, 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 go,
Good job,
go,
London.
go, go, go.
Since Michael and I have been together, I haven't missed a holiday or a birthday, and I go through extra effort to make him feel loved, even though he's not at the house. But this year, I'm not doing it because Michael has been shady to me. But the fact of the matter is, my lawyer said Michael's visa could be approved at any time now. And once that happens, Michael could come with or without my approval. So I want to try to fix things because I love him. But I can only hope that Michael's heart's in this relationship for the right.
Tony Man says it was a berry shop. I looked it up, but whatever. Also, Angela's grandkids are lucky they practice on grass. I was on pavement. I was on a sidewalk. Like I think when I learned how to ride a bicycle without training wheels, I think the first few times I was on the grass, and then after a while I was on the sidewalk in front of the house, and I probably still have a scar on my knee from where I scraped my knee learning to ride a bike.
Right reasons.
I do like Angela's ponytail. I think that looks nice. It's a good color match too.
Hi, Michael.
Hello. Angie.
Happy birthday.
Now watch this mood switch.
Thank you.
You didn't go out for your birthday?
I did go out today, financially buoyant. I have more cash on me, so I have to stay at home. Remember, I told you to send me some money for your fish.
I refuse. Why did I refuse? Why did I refuse? Because you're an idiot!
You see that? It's like a light switch. She was all calm and normal, and then all of a sudden...
You have been blessed all these 4 years. I've always provided Michael with enough money to live on, so he can make payments on his car, keep his phone on, have a TV. So where's that damn
He's a
money
kept
going if
man.
he's asking for more? And $5,000. Now, how much shadier can he get?
Yeah, that dude is a kept man. I don't know what to say about it. Like, on one hand, like, people often talk about Angela's abusive nature, how she's verbally and physically abusive, but like, he literally endures that just for the money. So I can't feel bad for him. He's a grown man. He could, I was going to say he could leave, but he's not even around her. He's literally in Nigeria. So I can't say I feel bad for him. He's doing this for the money. So I guess you got to take the knocks with it too. Tony says, whoa, feedback. Could be my headphones. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the feedback. It could have been when Angela started yelling. I don't know. When she started yelling, I should have turned it down. That was my bad. I should have turned it down because I knew she was going to start yelling. Let me look at my notes. Do I have anything else? She did go to Golden Corral with her grandbabies, all her grandbabies, because she has like 6 of them. And her daughter Starla. Yeah, I don't know whether it was a Golden Corral. It was a buffet restaurant that looked like Golden Corral, so that's why I was calling it Golden Corral. But she complains to Skyla about Michael being on Instagram or liking girls' pictures on Instagram, and Skyla is like, "But you're on TikTok dancing with." She didn't say it. These are my words, not Skyla's words. But you're dancing with a Canadian stripper from the 80s. I don't know how you can be mad at Michael for being on Instagram. The whole thing is just ridiculous. So, anyway, she does say that she feels that Angela is trying to seek out the attention that she feels like she's not getting from Michael. But also, Michael requesting $5,000 to delete his Instagram is really shysty, because, like, if it's true we're hearing what Angela's telling us about her paying for his car note, paying for his phone, paying for him to basically just live at home, stay at home and not work, because she didn't want, I don't know why Angela doesn't want him to work. I couldn't remember why she didn't want him to work. But for some reason, she didn't want him to hold a job, so she sends him money. And if the amount of money she's sending him to live on, he's blowing on other things and asking for more money, I could see her being upset. But she set up this relationship. You set up this kept man relationship, so I don't know what to tell you. Tony says, I hope you talk about the onion part. Oh, yeah, that was so cute when the little girl was like, nobody likes it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can, because I didn't bookmark that part. I wrote down timestamps for the different things I'm going to show. But let me see. The little part where her grandbabies were talking about the onions was cute as I would actually watch a TLC show. Like, TLC loves to have these shows with people with all these kids. But they're always like weird couples with like kids that they all dress alike. I don't want to see those type of weird families. I want to see like more realistic. And Angela's family is more realistic. There's a show that you could watch within reason, as long as they're not like overdoing the theatrics, because I don't think children should be used in that way. For here we go. I will show right here, from here, when she's talking to Starla, and then they show the babies talking about how no one likes onions.
You gotta fight and play games to get somebody's attention. I don't think it's worthwhile. I really think she should just end it with him, honestly, because I don't think Michael is playing the games to make her jealous. I really do think that, he's seen her as an opportunity to come over here to America. And I think that, he gained that connection with her, and it's been easy to play her ever since. When are you going to put an end to it?
I take them vows seriously, God. I don't play with God when I say for better or for worse. I need to fly my ass over there, Skylar.
And do what, Mama?
Exactly.
I gotta go over there for myself to see if it's worth it anymore.
I don't know what you got to
right
see.
Now, I don't feel love from this man.
You and Michael playing in our faces.
Michael,
you ain't got nothing to go over there and see. You know whether you want to be with the man or not.
You're going over there to break it off. You're going over there to try to save it.
I didn't marry him because I was just going to get mad and divorce him. It's been years since we've seen each other. I had to see this man face to face.
These American flag nails.
Skyla's never liked Michael, and I know she's just trying to protect me. The timing of this trip to go to Nigeria right now is crucial because
I did it again. I did it again. I need like a bell to put the video up. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, Fomiculite says I could never eat all I can eat at Golden Corral. I don't see how they're going to a Golden Corral after a pandemic. Like this is during and post pandemic. You're still going to a buffet. I can't.
I don't have much time left. I need to know if I'm going to stay with Michael or divorce him because this visa could be approved at any time. And if that's true, I have no control of this relationship if he gets and he don't want to be with me. There's two things going to happen. I'm either going to come back single, or I'm going to come back feeling Michael really loves me and understands what he's done is wrong. One of the two, and that's it. That's it.
We'll see.
I'll see.
Oh, maybe I might have fast forwarded it too far. Maybe I fast forwarded past the onion part. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Put it back just a little bit. This is the part that Tony Man's talking about.
Michael. 1 minute I want to holler and scream at him and wring his damn
Yeah, that
neck,
looks like a Golden
I just
Corral.
want to be with him.
It could be Old Town Buffet or
I just don't
someplace.
know what to do about our marriage. And I need something to calm my nerves, especially because the phone call me and Michael had on his birthday the other night was one of the most stressful conversations
And it's
I ever
carpeted.
had
There's
with him.
no way that they're cleaning that carpet.
But at this point,
They're probably
I
just
don't even know
vacuuming
if
it.
Michael loves me, and it's taking a toll on my body and my health. So, Sid, how much you like the cucumber? You like it, really? I'll get some cucumbers instead of you going in there and getting a candy bar or ice cream. What?
The way she looked at her, that little girl.
No, I'm getting ice cream. When Mama wants to eat healthy, I wish she kept her mouth closed because I don't want to eat healthy. I like onions, but young with ranch. Nobody likes onions on it except me and Mom.
See, I'm learning a lot. Y'all see how I'm changing my lifestyle thinking of eating?
Nobody likes onions except Mima. Fomiculata says they don't believe COVID exists. Oh, yeah. There are people that are like that. I forgot that her and Michael wear the Trump shorts and stuff. And the irony that Trump is the reason why Michael can't make it to the U.S. because it was Trump that declared Nigeria one of the countries that would be very difficult for you to get a visa to visit from. The irony. Tony says, according to last night's 60-minute interview, the president says the pandemic is over. I don't believe anything that I don't want to call him an animatronic or a deep fake. I don't know what's going on with dude, but I feel like he's not there. Notice how I just dissed Trump and Biden in the same breath. F both of them. So let's go back to I'm at the opinion now that if you are an elderly man and your head is blossoming for the grave, as my grandmother would say, no more elderly presidents. None. No. Go retire somewhere. Let some younger people try to make some decisions because y'all are still living in the past and it's not working. It's not working and you're not preparing for the future. You're not preparing for our future or the future of our children. So y'all just go that way. Go to the golf course, into the retirement land and go be chilling over there. Stop making decisions that won't affect you because you're going to be dead in 4 years. Okay. The way I got off on that tangent. Let's get into Kim and Usman, which is going to be really quick because we saw the clip over and over and over again about Kim being upset because Usman wants to have the multiple wives. And she knew when she said that she was, good with that, we knew that that was a lie because she's a very jealous person. So we'll show it a little bit. Usman has invited her to meet his friend who has multiple wives, thinking that if she talks to his friend that has multiple wives, that it will help her. I think it probably would have helped her better to talk to his multiple wives rather than him. But Usman lives in the delusion of submissive women. So it would never occur to him that a woman would have an opinion that might help another woman understand their position. Would never occur to him. So anyways, let's get into this. And I don't feel bad for him about the milkshake-ish either that we're about to see, that we've seen in the way this is edited because of, you know, YouTube. You're not going to, there's going to be like a second or two cut out of it, but you'll see the aftermath of the milkshake. So we'll get into that.
First bath. This wait.
I'm listening.
Then the second wife give another maybe 1 or 2. Before you know, in just 2-3 years, I can have like 10, and we're done.
That is the dumbest thing I ever heard. I'm not, no. Look, we said 1. If I was cool with 1, now you're talking about 3 and 4. No. Anyway, so how, like, do they live together?
Okay, the 2 of them are living in the same house.
What if, just say, like, I don't want to meet the second wife, I don't want to see the kids, because I don't live here. And I don't think it's funny. I really don't think it's funny.
No, it's funny.
See, he's trying to show out for his friend, but it's not going to work.
Yes. So this is what he's saying. He said, why not, when I get married to the second wife, I should take her child to you in this state?
No, sir.
That was not what was translated on the screen. It was talking about them being friends, the wives being friends. Why are you going to mistranslate the stuff for her?
Then I will be the elder.
When they have the tell-all, it's just going to be worse for you. Don't mistranslate.
What did you say to me?
Don't act like you're surprised. This is how she always talks to you. You want to act brand new in front of your friend like this lady don't always talk to you like this.
Kimberly causing and being rude.
Is Kimberly, that's how she acts.
Behavior is unacceptable to any Nigerian man. She's being so mad. I started to doubt if Kimberly is actually okay with this idea of second wife.
And
maybe
also, she's your elder, so she's definitely not gonna kowtow to you.
I don't think she can take it. Are you really sure that you're going to allow me to have that second wife? Are you okay for me to have a young lady to get married because I never had child and I have to have one? I'm not yelling. I'm making the point.
All this, I have to have one child. Why?
I got the point, babe.
So why
does everyone, not everyone, but why do so many people feel like they absolutely have to be parents? Everyone doesn't have to be a parent. Matter of fact, a lot of y'all shouldn't be parents. I'm sorry, unpopular opinion. I talked through the milkshake throwing, but some people should not be parents, especially when they're not ready, especially when they're in situations like this where you have an elderly lady throwing milkshakes at you. Maybe you've got to work on some things before you become someone else's parent. Like, I'm just saying. And then your child has to grow up watching videos or people finding videos and reminding them that their dad was dating a Michael Jackson superstar that threw milkshakes on him. Like, no. No. Anyways, wait, I'll skip one. Tony Man says, laugh my ass off, I'm dead. Chris says, I'm convinced Kim is just here for the Bad Girls Club moments. Yeah. I think she likes the attention of being on television. Tony Man says, I love how Usman has this plan mapped out. I was expecting a PowerPoint or a Venn diagram as well. Fomikilati says, somebody turned Biden switch on recently. He must have got some. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether the dude's an android, whether we're seeing a deep fake. I don't know what's going on, but it's weird. It's weird. And sometimes it's glitchy. Chris says, Usman could just marry someone who wants kids. Let Kimberly go on her way. Yeah. And also someone who, number one, Kimberly has already had her child. She had one son. And she is at the age where she's not trying to have anymore because I believe she said she's 52 now. So she's like, she's not having any more children at the age that she is. So yeah, he needs to find someone else, which, by the way, I didn't forget about your tweet, Tony Man. I will show that in a moment. I got 2 more videos to go through and then we'll get to those tweets. Fomikilate says Usman needs to learn to duck and dodge. Yeah. Like, I wish I would feel sorry for him and Michael, but I don't, because they made these choices. They're grown. These are not young men in their 20s. These are men in their 30s. Once you're in your 30s, you're well grown enough to know what's up. And both of them are trying to be sugar babies, but they're accepting abuse from foreign women, and specifically foreign white women. The racial dynamic is not lost on me on this too, because I doubt that they would take this type of treatment if it was a black woman, and more so an African woman. I don't think they would take this type of treatment, but since it's a foreign white woman, they are subjecting themselves to this type of maltreatment to get a few dollars. But how many dollars are worth your dignity? Tony says, "Damn it, Les, you read my mind. I just had to erase what I was writing." Okay, good. I'm on the right track. Moving along, because that's all that's going on with them. Is going to keep going on. We'll get into Bilal and Shaeeda. And Bilal pulled a Patrick on this one. What was it 36 minutes in? Let's see here. Advance it right there. You'll see what I mean when I say pulling a Patrick. Let me make sure the screen is back on. You know me, I will forget.
Some, decor to our home. Like, he decorated our home. He did a good job, but it is that kind of woman's touch. Yeah, I get you. It looks like a bachelor's home.
It does not.
It just, definitely doesn't look like a bachelor's home.
It
looks like a model home, like when you go to visit apartments and they show you that model apartment.
Every time I pick up some color, he lets me put it down. Oh, it's too bright. It's too this, it's too that.
She wants everything to be extra bright. She wants the
she's from the Caribbean.
Pink, She's the one who picked this
people
shirt.
like color.
I like this shirt.
When she brings crazy things to the house and say, "I think this will go good in our bedroom," and I'm like, "No, it's not."
That's teal.
I like this.
$249.
I would probably suggest maybe hold off on that right now.
She said $349 or $249. Either way, it's exorbitant for a pillow.
So this game,
but this is
$430. Now the zeros here in America are real zeros,
and that's where I would punch you in your fucking throat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I made it through almost the whole day without cursing. Let me woosah. Yeah, that condescension right there. Anyways, what I was saying about him pulling a Patrick is when your foreign partner wants to go shopping for furniture and you take them to the most expensive boutique only so you can complain about the prices, when you can, let me pull up my notes because I made a list of places that this, not going to call another name because I already got out of character it just blurted out and I didn't mean that. I apologize. Yeah. Number one, where are all these assets that you were trying to protect? Did you're such a wealthy man with generational wealth, as you put it, but a $200 something pillow or $300 something pillow. It's hard for me to make out what he was saying because he was mumbling a little bit. Or was it Shaeeda? One of them was mumbling. Anyways, him and Patrick are on that same BS. Here's my list of places you could have taken her: Target, Home Goods, Christmas tree shops, IKEA. I mean, I could go on, but why are you and Patrick going to the $300 pillow stores and then going, "Oh my God, you want to buy a $300 pillow?" Stop going to these stores and then turning around and saying that you don't want to buy anything. That's manipulative and possibly abusive when you think about it. Like, why do that? You born and raised in the U.S. and both of you come from meager beginnings. Patrick grew up in a damn trailer park, and you showed the house you grew up in. You said that you grew up in meager beginnings, so you know what a TJ Maxx is. You know what a Marshalls is. You know what an IKEA is. So why are you and Patrick fronting? It's irritating my soul. And then turning around and be condescending to her about the exchange rate. Like, if this woman is 37 years old and don't know how to calculate an exchange rate, as much as her Instagram stories say that she travels, I don't believe this. And a thing about this whole thing is, if you and Shaeeda are putting on for the cameras, how are you coming up with these ideas? Are you sitting together at night and going, "Oh, this is what we're going to do on TLC. You'll say this and I'll say that." And people will just go with it. No, people are going to think you're both idiot asses. So if you're putting on for the cameras, this is the wrong way to put on for the cameras. It really is, because it's not a good look on either one of you. Okay, my rant is over. Let's see here. Toteman says, I like how Bilal complained about the shirt that actually was a nice shirt that actually fit him. Yes, it actually did fit him. The color was nice. I think Shaeeda did a good job. I think the only thing I would have changed is I would have had him tuck the shirt in, or I would have encouraged him to tuck the shirt in. He is annoying. Everything she likes is crazy. Yeah, it's disrespectful, really. Chris says, if Bilal don't quit already, he wants his high price style on a dollar store budget, trying to act new. Exactly. And the thing is, you're the person that lives or is local to that area. So you know already whether that's going to be a high price boutique or not. So why are you even bringing her someplace where you were going to refuse to buy anything? You could have had a lovely day at IKEA. You could have had lunch and you could have bought a $10 pillow. Or just the cover. Sometimes they have the covers with the zipper on the side for as low as like $5 to $7. And you just put the cover on your existing pillows. And you walk around and look at different setups. IKEA is kind of fun to look through. A little bit more fun than going to like a Home Goods type of thing. But that just irritated my ever-loving soul when he did that and she just takes it. Let me get out of here and and talk about something more positive. That's why I wanted to end on Jimmy and Samit, because their story was a little bit more positive. Started out a little bit negative because Samit wanted to talk about going back to work. And to me, that's not a negative, but to Jenny, it was a negative because Jenny is of a certain age. I believe she's like 68. I could be mistaken, but she's at retirement age. She's retired. And Samit wants to go back to work, which makes sense. He's in his 30s. He still feels vital. He still wants to feel like he's instrumental in society. And so she's kind of like, well, what am I going to do while you're at work? And it's like, get a hobby, maybe learn the language and meet friends. You'll be able to meet friends in India if you, well, what's interesting is a lot of people in India already speak English, amongst other languages. But I think the average person in India speaks 2 or 3 languages. And so, but it also depends on whether he's in a city or whether it's rural. If he's in a city, the people that live in the cities like Bombay and there's another city where English is heavily spoken. I can't remember. Somebody let me know in the comments if you're watching this or if you have more knowledge of India than I do, of the areas of India where English is heavily spoken. So I'm just saying that because I don't feel that Jenny is as isolated as she thinks she is. She might be able to find expat organization, which I hate that term because expat is short for expatriate. And I feel that just call Americans that move to other places what they are, immigrants. They're immigrants to other countries. They're immigrants. So U.S. immigrants or English-speaking immigrants, you could probably find an organization where, they, have brunch or something. Those type of things exist. So, or like I said, hobby. Like, what does Jenny do besides fret over Samit? She's got to have a hobby. It's got to be something that she enjoys doing. Tony says, didn't you say a champagne style on a beer budget? Yeah, I did say that a couple videos ago, that he wants to have champagne taste on a beer budget. Just like, I think it was probably on that video when I was talking about his fake Louis Vuitton bags. And I was showing, the differences between a real Louis bag and a fake Louis bag, which is why he was so concerned about the zipper breaking. Because if it was number one, is a real Louis bag, the zipper is not going to be plastic, it's going to be metal. Number 2, most likely they're insured. Like when you buy a bag that's beyond, thousands of dollars, it usually carries insurance. So it's replaceable if anything becomes damaged on it. And also the print on his bags was, or I should say, his bags were printed instead of woven. Those bags, the pattern is woven into the bag. His bag, it was printed on top. But, go back and watch that video. I'll show you step by step how to identify a real bag and a fake bag. And he is a faker. Everything about his life and his lifestyle is fake. And it's really, really annoying that he talks down to her. You're a whole wannabe, there's a term we used to say in the 80s. I'm trying to think of the term we used to say in the 80s to call people like this. Somebody let me know. There was a term we used to call people like this. Besides fronting, we used to say people are fronting. He's fronting. But yeah, he's just so annoying. Jenny should have learned how to occupy herself before getting into a relationship. I get she's a different country, but she's exhausting for no reason. Yes, she seems very smothering. Very smothering. But let me get to something really nice. They got to go on a little like honeymoon. Let me show you the honeymoon spot. It was really nice. Go right here. Let's increase the size. So we'll finish on something really nice, and then we'll go into the tweets.
This is beautiful.
You like
Isn't
it?
this amazing?
Yeah, it looks way better than online.
Aloha on the Ganges.
Mask? Oh, yeah. The honeymoon.
That's nice, a mountainscape.
Look at this place. Ooh. Namaskar.
They got greeted
We
with
finally
drinks,
just
which
arrived
is
at our
nice.
resort in Rishikesh, and it's so beautiful. I mean, you can see the mountains and the Ganges, the river, and it's just like a scene right out of a Bollywood movie. Really gorgeous.
So what brings you to Rishikesh, sir? We came here for our honeymoon. We recently got married after such a long time.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take you to the room.
Okay.
When I saw the guest, I was really shocked and surprised as well because there was a huge difference in their age. If I'll go and marry a lady so much older, my family will not accept this relationship.
Wow.
Wow, look at this.
Oh my God. So beautiful.
See, I would not want to even touch the towels because the way that they're arranged is so pretty.
Can we check out the whole room?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, look. Is it warm?
Yes, it is. Wow.
Oh, that's going to be so nice.
You would
I
think
can't
that,
wait
but
to
I would
get in
feel
there and
like
get
those rose
warmed
petals
up.
would be sticky
Yes.
all over me and I would
Turn
get
up the
irritated
heat
by them.
and get
It
this
looks
honeymoon
beautiful,
started.
but my Virgo mind would be
Be
like, we have to
romantic.
clean
It's
up these
honeymoon
rose petals.
time.
Yeah, it's honeymoon time.
I like the candles though.
Let's take some pictures of the bed first before we mess it up.
Now this part, when they have
Look good.
the roses in their mouth.
Oh no.
What are you gonna do?
I'll
See.
put it in my mouth like this.
Yeah.
And that's where we're gonna stop. That's where we're gonna stop. Let me read some comments here. Tony Man says, damn, I got her back on a rant. I didn't mean to. It's just something about Bilal that just makes my skin crawl. Like it's just so, it's like overwhelming disgust for this man. Chris says there's another call out for Bilal. He wouldn't be stressing over her zipping up a bag the wrong way. He'd have insurance if it were real. Exactly. Fo Mikilati says that's what expat means, how they whitewash and gentrify immigrating. Yes. Yeah. It's just, you're also an immigrant. You're an immigrant to a different place. And you're kind of, if you are European American, you're double immigrant because your family came from Europe to here at some point, and then you moved from here elsewhere. Not to say that there aren't black people who move outside the U.S. that are also considered, quote, expats. And they could be considered double immigrants too. So that's pretty funny. Let's get into the tweets because there was some interesting tweets. Sorry about that. Same issue with the computer being really, really slow. I might have to do some cleaning up. I might have to move some more files over. I think I That's what usually happens when my computer acts slow. It's because I have too many files. I need to move them onto my portable hard drive. So here we go. And our first tweet is from Tony Man 00 on Twitter. And he is retweeting 90 Day Cray. He says, this seems like a great idea. And 90 Day Cray says, hear me out. Usman and Shaeeda have a baby. Shaeeda gets to be a mom, and Usman gets to pass on his DNA. Bilal is shocked because he thought he had a vasectomy. Not to worry, though. Doesn't he love a good prank? Also, this would be a match made in heaven because I don't think you can get any more. The word that came to me was subservient, but I think the word that he always uses, submissive. Yes. Same difference. I feel like Shaeeda is what Usman is looking for, but Usman is not what Shaeeda is looking for because he doesn't have coin. And Shaeeda is unfortunately still with the wrong person because she thinks that Bilal has more coin than what he really has. Chris says that hotel setup was excellent. Tony Man says yawning on the live is a no-no. That always happens to me around 4 o'clock. I get tired. It's an afternoon drowse, and it doesn't help that I'm drinking decaf. I should have something with that gives me more energy, but I didn't want to just do caffeine. I actually took a shot of, I have like this liquid B12. I took a shot of liquid B12 before jumping back on at 4 o'clock, hoping that would help me out. I think it's just because I went to bed too late last night. I really should have went to bed way earlier than what I did. Sarcasm is Sexy says, y'all keep talking about Angela being abusive, but I haven't seen anything about Kim and Jenny. How many times has Kim thrown drinks in Usman's face? How many times has Jenny put her hands on Samit or yelled in his face? I'll wait. This is a good point. This is a good point. All 3 women have been verbally abusive and sometimes physically abusive. And if the roles were reversed and these were older men treating younger women this way, we'd have a different reaction, like how we have with Ed and Liz and Ed and Rose. Tony says Usman is a rapper. Yes. Kali says, okay, wait, I have to read this in a certain way. Kiki and Kibit's production, shout out to them. They have a good YouTube channel as well that covers 90 Day Fiance. I think they also cover Love After Lockup. They say Bilal actually acknowledges, gasp, he was wrong. And I'm going to click on this so that you guys can see that this is from his Instagram. It says Bilal Aziz, and he's verified. Ew. I'm such a hater today. He says, when you're wrong, you're wrong. And I've been wrong way more times than I have been right. I acknowledge I was in the wrong on so many issues. I support my wife 1000%. And then he put hashtag love happy. And Kali retweets this and says, lies. I bet it's because Twitter comes for you and it's going to hurt your imagine. I think that means imaginary, or your image. I think that's what that means. I bet it's because Twitter comes for you and it's going to hurt your image, aka business. I agree with that. I think he's trying to clean it up because he is a realtor, and part of being a realtor is to have people like you and trust you. And this is not a good look for that. Meg says Jenny is such a pain. Samit is younger and wants to work. He doesn't want to live in retirement. Anything he wants to do, she turns it into being about her. Maybe find a hobby, volunteer or something. And there's a gif of a woman saying, you have a strong need for control. Denizen says, Caesar, and this is Caesar speaking, I'm about to turn 50, and this time I'm looking for someone my age. Also Caesar, I'm looking for someone 32 to 40 years old, which is not his age. But at least he's went up to 32, because before he was looking at 20-somethings. Citizen of a Republic says, Angela, the father figure that your grandkids need is their father, not Michael. Father is plural. I don't know where any of those babies' daddies are. I don't know if there's more than 2, but they seem to be MIA. Could be just that they don't want to be on camera. We don't know, but yeah, where are they? Their fathers. Tony Man says, anytime anyone says over 100%, I think they're full of shit. C says, I think Libby's voice is actually good. I agree. I don't think that she has a bad voice. Kitty Soft Paws says, after watching 9 seasons of 90 Day Fiance, I can safely say that the first red flag is when they start calling each other babe. The more babes heard during an episode, the more unstable they are. And Narco Habiti version 2 says, I want to understand why these people keep shopping at these expensive ass boutiques rather than Target if they don't want to spend number of numbers on a pillow. Reality and Cookie says, Shaeeda seeing the exchange rate with TT dollars, which is Trinidad and Tobago. I think she knew that coming here, because when you travel, these are things that you're going to take a look at. If you are of a normal, if you're a normal person, you're going to look at the exchange rate. I think I do have some more. Gas prices too high, Joe says, America needs to give Michael an honorary visa. My man's has suffered enough. Gino's Hat says, they post a picture of Liz saying nobody wants to screw their dad at night. And Gino's Hat says, or in the morning or in the afternoon, gross, Liz. 90 Day Cray says, men like Big Ed body shaming women shows how effed up our society is. Now, I know I don't purposely cover Big Ed Liz because I can't stand him even more than Bilal. But he did try to body shame this lady and say that she needed to lose weight. The nerve of a man shaped like an egg. I just could not. How did you not immediately dress him down for saying that to you? I would be like, how can you look like that and tell me that I need to lose weight? I just can. Liz and Shaeeda, I don't know how you have the restraint, the verbal restraint to not say anything back. I don't understand it. Blocked by Big Ed, the Mucinex Snot says, is there a Nigerian Tinder? Someone make Michael a profile and help him find a nice woman to settle down with, have kids, and spare himself years on therapy. They also say Elizabeth is picking up Andrei's language real quick, and they live in the United States. What's Jenny's excuse? And 90 Day Cray says the weirdest part of this relationship is how they seem to be the most functional relationship on the show. Yeah, most of the times they are, as long as Jenny is not getting mad and verbally assaulting Samit. They tend to get along well. And 90 Day Cray says, it brings me so much comfort to know we all see through this condescending narcissist. Ms. Aliz says, not to be a downer, but this cast, been here, done that with every single one over and over. Samit's parents over and over. Ed Liz fight over and over. Nasty Angela screams over and over. Andrei fights with his family over and over. Kimberly throws drinks over and over. This is true. I can't not talk about that. Or Natalie's tracks. These tracks right here. All right, let me get out of here. Let me put that up and let's see here. Chris says, I agree with you on Libby. She could do voiceovers and singing for kids shorts easily. Yeah, I think she could do it. Fomicky Lighty says, Ed, a no-neck bitch. Yeah, I would never let a man that looked like that tell me about how I should look. Oh my God. I could not. I might vomit on his shoes at the sheer thought of this man trying to judge my body. Oh my God. Never, 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 never. I just don't understand how these young ladies are able to stomach the audacity of these men. From talking down to you in a boutique to, telling you that your body needs to be more in shape. It's just, to even Caesar, as much as I, say I don't want to go in on Caesar because I feel like he might have some mental issues as far as processing. He talks about women like they're objects, and that's a no-go also. There's a lot of things that need to change about these dudes. Well, there's a reason why they're looking for love outside the United States. I'll say that. Fomiculator says old head and shoulders ass. Tournament says peace, y'all. Enjoy the stories tonight. Yes, and I'm about to get out of here. There was one other thing I want to mention. Just the vocal coach seemed like she was throwing a little shade at Libby, telling her that, well, you need to be really realistic about how hard it is to get into this industry and this, that, and the other. And I was like, yeah, this is a good speech for you to give to your regular clients. But Libby's already on television. She's already got a notoriety is what I will call it. I wouldn't say following just yet, but I'll say a notoriety. So already she's got a leg up on the competition just by being in the public eye. So I kind of felt like she could save that speech, because you're literally, the camera is there following her around. It just seemed, I don't know. It seemed like the vocal teacher was a little shady. I don't know. Maybe she was a little jealous. I don't know. I mean, I could see if you were a vocal coach and you've been doing this for 20 years, and then this girl that's on a reality show gets all this attention for something that you've been doing for years. I could see the saltiness, where the saltiness would come from, and it would be kind of justified. I can't fault her for that. But I'm just saying, what my thought process was in that moment. But with that, I thank y'all for coming through. Like I always say, give me a thumbs up for the algorithm if you enjoyed our little talk when I wasn't ranting. I try not to rant. I really, really do. I try to be very, very chill about this thing, because I want people to just relax and have an enjoyable afternoon, But I can't help it. Sometimes I get out of pocket. I'm sorry for that. But have a great afternoon. I will see you later. If you guys come through and watch me on Hood Podcast, which I will be on, that will be premiering at 9 p.m. tonight. So definitely check that out. And if you missed my earlier streams, I did already do a live stream for 90 Day Fiance UK. And I've also done one for 90 Day Fiance The Single Life. And those are up on my channel. So be sure to check those out. And if you're watching this on a replay, feel free to leave a comment. I always comment back. We continue the conversation even after the live stream. And with that, I'm going to say peace out and see you all next Monday. Bye.